Good morning, everyone. The last one was a test. I was actually trying to do a test. I was trying to do a test to see if it was working. Now it is. Can you hear me here? Now you can hear me? Hello? No, I lowered the volume. Unfortunately, you cannot super chat me. I needed like at least 500 or 1,000 subscribers, so that's unfortunate. Yeah, a lot of stream lag, I know. I know. Okay, where were we?
Pish. You're giving us away. Too much credit. Kristalia. None of us has done anything worth celebrating yet. The foreign god did all of the work. Invaded all invading, rewriting history and the world and all of that. All we done, all we've done is keeping our Lost Belt Kings in the good spirits. The real works only just has started, yeah? You don't get it, Bearer. Stabilizing the bare Lost Belt and growing the tree are one and the same. Lord Krishna is telling us to devote ourselves to retaining our contacts with the Lost Belt settlements, particularly masters like you who treat this as some kind of game. I forgot what his word I do with this. Wow. Whoa, whoa, easy there, Ophelia. Looks can kill when you're the one giving them. That aside, Lord Krishna, ha, changed a bit since you woke up, haven't you? Uh, oh, don't worry. Don't worry. I won't give you too much as word. Too much. Too much about that. I I get why you'd want to cling on to someone under the circumstances, hey? But as long but but as long we're on the subject, let me make something clear. I've never been more serious in my life. Already died once. Think I don't know better than to treat this like a game. The foreign god person might have resuscitated us this time, but I don't see that happening a second time. You better believe I wanna get things taken care of while I'm still kicking. After all, can only enjoy stealing and killing while you're alive. Don't you agree, David?
Indeed, you cannot experience. Indeed, you cannot experience the sensation that accompanies my methodical killing from the confines of the coffin. Happily, happily, our respective regions are quite primitive, so we can afford plenty of opportunities for that experience now. Experience now.
You said it.
Oh god, these voices.
You said it. They keep coming at us, practically begging us to kill them. Not a lot of time to screw around, huh? I see. I feel sorry for your lost bills.
Hmm.
What's the matter, Kodik?
Better, better is his usual self. But you seem a bit off. What's bothering you? You look just dreadful. Oh my, those bags under your eyes. Have you not been sleeping? Or is it just that you're under a lot of stress?
Both. Mm, both. Both. Never mind me. I'm doing what I'm supposed to do. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. You're not. You know I cannot do that, Kodik.
If you really want me to leave you be, then at least very late. Then at least, I'll, then at the very least, I need to see a smile from you. How can I be? How how could I not be sad seeing a friend so down in the dumps? I cannot I cannot help but worry about you. Whatever you might be think whatever might you think on the subject. You understand, if you really want to be alone, you need to be strong enough to handle it. And if you're letting stress show that, then you clearly aren't. Why not try to be relieving a bit of stress with a bit of fun? Hmm? This suggestion won't win points for originality, but how about some tea? I found some great tea leaves here on my own lost belt. I'll be happy to let you. I'll be happy to let you have some. I bet the Grand Duchess will be delighted as well.
None of your business, I swear. You just don't change no matter what happens, do you, Pepe?
Ooh, what flattery will get you everywhere. I must say, that wasn't bad, Colic.
I'm not praising you. That was an insult. Sheesh. How come you're not telling this guy not to treat you like not to treat this like a game, Ophelia?
I, Pepper, Pepper, Pepperoncino is different. He's always like this.
Exactly.
Okay, yes. My voice. I forgot how most of these characters will sound like.
Exactly.
He doesn't listen to what people tell him. Just think about what weird nickname he picked for himself. No kidding. He's a dyed-in-the-wool optimist, or maybe a natural-born outlaw. Either way, you don't want to see him getting serious, you know? He'll only show, he'll only ever show his true colors if the the S word really hit the fans. Really hit the fan, like the apocalypse or something. Actually, scratch that. Maybe not even that. Not even then.
No more wasting time. No more wasting time. Krishna, what did you want to talk about? We already reported in our lost belts. Mine isn't fit for territory expansion, and I have no intention of competing with the rest of you. If you want to fight over who gets to rule this planet, knock yourselves out. Did I not already tell you all this? You think? You think that we buy that? You can't just shut yourself away and sit this one out, Akura. In the end, we're going to have to choose a single lost belt. If you give up expanding your lost belt territory, it'll be just a matter of time until another lost belt invades it. You really want to lose by default? You're okay with that? Yes, I am. And if my lost belt ends up disappearing, I'm fine with that too. This time, I just want to stay there, right? Just want to stay there right up to the end. As long as I'm satisfied, I'm good. I'll go along with the rest of the chapters. Cryptors.
So you don't give a about this power struggle thing, huh?
Eh,
Can't blame you. We all know who's gonna win anyway. Krishna, Chri- Christian, Christian could be all of us, all of ours put together with one hand tied behind its back. This whole game is to figure out. This whole game to figure out who's gonna be king of the earth has been rigged from the start. I mean, you should see how bad mine and David's lost spots are. There's just no way these are possibilities for how humanity will turn out. But there's not a damn thing wrong about Krishna's lost spell. Hell, things might be better there than he in the proper human history. Not fair, right? I swear he already has the favorite to win before we even got started. Not accounting for the luck of a born nobleman, huh?
Barrel, Barrel, hold your tongue.
I just was.
Barrel, hold your tongue. Lord Krishna's conquered that city entirely on his own merits. What else do you think he has fewer than 3 divine spirits?
You will hold your tongue as well, Ophelia. You will hold your tongue as well, Ophelia. Beryl is not incorrect, but it's alright. It's plain to all that I will emerge the victor. No comments about how I will go claiming my inevitable victory will change that. Now then, hologram or not, I did not call you all here today to go all over your Lost Belt's growth. An hour ago, one of my servants foretold the appearance of a spirit origin and a round circle. The spirit origin graphs to Chaldea, while the round circle no doubt refers to the Masha Krylite's shield. This means they are finally about to re-emerge from the void space following the escape from Antarctica. So they're still alive, even after 3 whole months spending wandering in void space.
I see.
And after Krishna Goyanshka, Goyanshka went all the trouble to have the Mages Association appointed a new director who should be easily to manipulate. Perhaps you made the wrong choice, Woodme. My servant can easily destroy the entire base, you know. Now our plan was the best option available. Chaldea's defenses might have been airtight, but they were formidable nonetheless. In order for us to take control, it was necessary to convince Chaldea to let us in willingly by disguising ourselves as staff and then shooting down Chaldeans from within. Had we done things differently, the Chaldeans would just simply have shifted away and stopped us. Konyashka's plan was well conceived. The benefit of hindsight, the only issue is the fact that a certain servant did not act of their own accord, but that is hardly Kodak's fault. After all, of the 3 servants served as foreign gods' envoys, neither the president neither the priest nor conscience were our own. So, oh God. So, so, okay. So, give me a second, please. Hello, give me a second. Voice, testing voice. So, do you know where the Chaldeans are going to show up? Lemon, my servant prediction did not reach that far into the future. All I know is that they will emerge in a matter of hours. So that's it. That's it. So what? So what? We're just supposed to get back to our posts, and keep out and keep an eye out for the emerging Russia inside the Lost Belt. How do you know that? Simple logic. How else? The only thing they only know about Earth is as it is now is the only thing they know about Earth as it is now is the identities of the servants who attacked Chaldea. The only possibilities, the only possible connection for emerging from the void space for them, the Oprichnik are both a threat and a means to determine their destination. So it all comes down to retribution, huh? We got like. So it all comes down to retribution, huh? We got them good, so now they want to get us back, which means they will be gunning for me first and the foremost. Perhaps, anyways, if they are the kind of people to seek revenge, that will make it easier to deal with. Oh, for vengeance, man, huh? Man, that's rough. I doubt you will be able to talk your way out of that one. I know. How about I help you out, Conduct? Do you really go in for all that rough and tumble stuff, do you? If you want, I can teach it for you. Show you how it's done. I'll pass. Stick to your own lost spell. I'll get enough blocks. Big brothers. From Pepe. Oh, come on. I'm really concerned for you, you know. Besides, Pepper Roach Sr. more like our old man than our big bro. Oh, fine. If you're set on doing this yourself, I can respect that. Good luck handling this yourself, Conduct. Go show the Grand Duchess what you're made of. Just don't push yourself alright? If things are too dicey, don't be afraid to fail. We're just competing, not the enemies. But we got no use for the crypto who lost the Lost Belt. If you just wanna live out your own life in peace, nobody's going to stop you, right? Wouldn't you? Conduct. As you know, we have all consented to a non-aggression pact. As scripters, our goal is to expand our respective Lost World territories. Eventually, our Lost Worlds borders will clash and one will inevitably be consumed. Thus will the Lost Worlds with the strongest foundation of humanity feed upon the weaker ones. But it is in the clash, and only in that clash, that a crypto may interfere and with another crypto's lost spell. If Chaldea does not appear in Russia, then the, the king of Russia's lost spell to deal with them. Our duty is the reconstruction of humanity within our lost spells, to grow, to build a world where humans and gods can once more coexist in harmony. Now that the foreign gods invasion has ended, the task of disposing Chaldea is as strenuous at best. It is at this stage nothing more here, nothing more than a chore. Still, I suppose I'm not delivering our kingdoms. Give me a second. Still, I suppose I must admit they remain a hindrance. They do have a great deal of experience overturning worlds. Anyways, we're back. Playing more FGO. Godok, I look forward to seeing what you're capable of. Eliminate this nuisance and grow Russia's tree as quickly as you can. Succeeding in the latter should make the former marked easily. For my part, I would like to see all the lost worlds realize their full potential, for each is the potential of humanity itself. It would be a travesty for one of them to end before its history has a chance to flourish. You don't have to tell me. I'm here to win as much as any of you. It's where I signed up. The Chaldea is coming for me. I might be there to greet them. I'm going to fight back to the throne as well. My king's thirst for exploration and conquest is insatiable. There's no telling what sort of trouble he might get into if I leave him alone for too long. Right then, I'll be off as well. Let me know if Russia sends out an SOS. Alright, alright. I must say though, but you certainly seem happy about this, Barry. You must get off on seeing Kadok struggling. Now, now, no. What sort of heartless bastard do you think you take me for, Beverosino? I'm actually worried about him, you know. I was an only child, so I like to think he was a little brother I never had. Why would I see him die? I just want to be a good big girl to look out for him. Besides, I'm thrilled to hear that he's still alive. I haven't been this happy since I first into the ICU. Dr. Roman kicked me out before we could have had a bit of fun together back then, but now there is no one left to get in the way. Goodness me, I don't know what we're going to do about him. Anyways, I'll be signing off too. So one thing doesn't seem right on my end either. But while you're here, David, there's something I'd like to ask you regarding my report. What do you think about the cube in my last belt? I have little information to go on. Do you still want my thoughts? Of course. I would love to hear your assessment. I think that your the thing is your Achilles heel, the weakest of your weak points, for you and your lost belt. If Woodman or I had your lost belt, it would be the first thing we got rid of. But in your particular case, Pepersino, I'll leave alone. That's just who you are. I see then. I see. Then maybe I'll wait and see how it goes. Though, personally, I'd like to cut it out now. Alright, I'm signing off. Our next meeting is a month from now, yes? See you then. Each, each of the other cryptids has returned to their posts. Are you sure about this for the best? Lord Krishna, Lucia? Truthfully, I doubt Kadok is up for the task of maintaining Russia's lost belt. The Russian King's spirit origin strength is on par with the Divine Spirit Servant. You might be able to control him, Lord Krishna, but there's no way Kadok can. And if the remnants of Chaldea show up there and start to make trouble, there's no telling what might happen to Lord Russia's lost belt. Russia's lost belt. Are you worried about Kodak's lost belt may be destroyed before it can become food for the others, Ophelia? No, it's not that. It's just the way he's behaving left me with a bad feeling. There's times where he prioritizes the Grand Duchess wishes over our objective. So, his rather ordinary nature has backfired. Very well, you do have a point. Canais, it's time to make use of your sea-crossing authority. You will head up for Russia to observe Kondak's actions. If he is indeed turned his back on our mission, you will see his punishment.
Are you kidding me, Master? Are you kidding me, Master? You're really sending me, the great Canais, out to do your housekeeping? And all this woman all cause this woman won't leave you alone? What sort of heroic spirit do you take me for? A trustworthy one, naturally. You may be coarse, but that is only your pride. And since I bested you in combat fair and square, I know you won't renege on your promise to me. Now you will renounce your previous statements depending on the situation, unlike the gods. Unless I'm mistaken and you're in fact just as fickle as they are. Anyways, always I got something to say, don't you, human? What a pompous, weak-kneed, pretentious scumbag. Fine, I'll be you, little lapdog, but if you think I'm going to forget this about this humiliation, you got another thing coming. My luck now? The gods' lucks must have run out the day I lost you. You want me to baby set the situation with the humans struggling to fight back? Fine, I will. I cannot believe you're using Canais, the divine spirit, as nothing more than an envoy. Are you sure about sending Canais away like this, Lord Christian? Isn't he or she your bodyguard? It is of no consequence. This is why I made a contract with Canais in the first place. I trust him with my own eyes. From here on, I'll be having him as a monitor of the continent. I'll also have him stop by your lost boat as well. I advise you to take caution what he does, as you know, he is not overly fond of women like yourself. If you offend him, he might just end up erasing your husband, king and all. I'm not sure about that. My lost boat, my lost boat's king is certainly a deal more subdued than Russia's, yes. However, her power is easily a match for divine spirits. On top of that, I have the strongest knight ever to live in my charge. Imagine either of them having a
I need to fear evil from the divine spirit canaries. I see, then I suppose I'll not say nothing more. The fate of your lost spells will have an impact as mine as well. If possible, I would prefer that our respective lost spells be the last two remaining in our competition. Our victory may be inevitable, but some manner of winning are better than others, and my victory must be won from nothing. I expect great things from you, Ophelia, and need as many capable compatriots as possible. Yes, yes, Lord Krishna. I promise that I won't let you down. The roots of cosmic fantasy has descended upon us. The advent of the foreign god is at hand. After 3 months, the lost spots have been finished their rewrites. Both this planet and the next generation of human history now belong to us. But that's not enough. I will not be satisfied with that alone. The sages from proper human history abandoned humans in their naivety. He who calls himself the king of mages first pitied humanity, but soon washed his hands of them. But not me, I'll never relax my grip. It has been 2000 years since my mystics disappeared, when the foundations of the world were passed on to mankind. Now now I will attempt to reach a new world that no sage has ever could. I will attempt to enact the idea that no mage has ever been before conceived. Just you watch, man's very animus spirit. Watch as I achieve. Watch as I achieve. Let's wait. Ah, fuck. I achieve something. I will achieve something. I forgot. Anyways, let's start section 1. Section 1, Empire of Beasts. Anastasia. There we go. There we go. Damn, it's really getting bad out here. But I can still smell 3 of them. If I don't take them out now, I'll starve to death this winter for sure. Guess I'll have to hang them in there a little longer. Damn it, Crouched. Crouched. There's Crouched. Creechat. You little. Die. Go to. Hey. Heck. Damn, what a waste. Damn. Now its brains are leaking out. Guess it's time to pack it in. Damn it. I'm so hungry. I really don't want to starve to death. Whoa, was it an earthquake? Was that one of the big guys? If it was, I guess I don't have to worry about starving to death. God damn it, it's so cold. It's never this cold. As I can tell if the Obrichnik are listening or not as usual. Looks like it's going to be especially harsh winter. On a different note, what the heck's up with that tree? It's almost got like a giant tower. In this version of history, demonic beasts have been present since the very beginning. Humanity here evolved along a particularly unique route in order to combat both beasts and the perpetual blizzard that shrouded our land. In this world, there's nothing worse than weakness. To die is to admit defeat. Here, strength is justice, and justice is strength. It's a world of permafrost where the notion of might makes right has been taken to a logical conclusion. And now Daniel and his companions are about to set foot this to in this alternative history. Foo! Foo! Molly! Foo! 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 Foul! 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 Foo! 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 It has been a week since all this went down. Foo! Foo! Good morning, Senpai. Are you awake? Of course I am. Of course I am. Oh, good. Oh, good. Then I hope you don't mind if I come in. I brought you some breakfast. Of course, we only have rations and only enough for another 6 days, too. It's a lot better than nothing, thanks, Smash. We're still continuing our zero sale. It has been a week since we embarked. Fortunately, the enemy organization that took over Chaldea doesn't seem to follow us here. But I wish I knew how this was going to continue. Time is all. Time is time is one of our fundamentals in our universe. But time doesn't intrinsically have a past or a future. Those are just axes we came up with to help us keep track of it. As long as time goes on, a little shake-up before or after won't make a difference. Any. But here in the void space, time doesn't go on. We won't suffer the effects of age as long as we stay here. But we also don't know what will happen once we emerge into normal space. We might return at actually the instant we left, or we may find that we've been gone for hundreds of years. I wouldn't be surprised if we just age instantly as soon as we exit void space, like when Urashima Urashima Taru opened the Tamakebako. That's a little unsettling. A little unsettling. It is. It is. Still, Da Vinci says she's been working on correcting the disparity between us and the outside so that won't happen. Hmm? Maybe it would be best if you talk to her. You talk to her yourself, Senpai. Why don't go to the cockpit? Foo foo. I must say, I was relieved to find out the channel border interior is more spacious than it looks from the outside. Da Vinci says she managed to give it twice as much room by wrapping its internal space. Thanks to that, we have just to enough living facilities to cover the bare necessities. I do feel a little bad that for the staff, all four staff members have to share one room though. Thank you for your concern, Foo. I have special needs as a dentist student, so I'll be staying in the treatment room by myself. As for the other progress, oh yes, Director Gordov is. Oh, wait, whoa. Whoa. Hello, Holmes. Give me a second, Holmes. Gordov is staying in the captain's quarters. Da Vinci has her capsule in the computer room, and Holmes seems to be sleeping in the workshop. We also have air conditioning, a storage room, and an armory, although the new director has prohibited us from going in there. And since we have two large cruisers worth of space, Da Vinci and Holmes were even able to make the cockpit slash bridge several meters wide. Alright, let's head to the cockpit now. Enough, son! Enough of this nonsense! You flimsy excuse for a detective? Why do you insist? Why do you insist on keeping us here? We must be in the safe zone by now. It is, as I said, a more difficult question than you. You seem to realize we must first discuss how we might even define a safe zone. For example, for example, can we say that safe zone safe here in the void space thanks to lack of enemies in our vicinity? I'm afraid answer the resounding answer is a resounding no. For that matter, for there are no enemies to be found in the void space. Consequently, we need not to concern ourselves with attempt to a pursuit. Give me a second. No matter. Okay, we're back. Where were we? For that matter, there are no enemies to be found in the void spill. Consequently, we need not to concern ourselves with attempts at pursuit. What? No. What we must concern ourselves with is the threat far greater, one that quite literally surrounds us. In other words, my good Musik, the question is not one of when we should emerge, but how. You you mean to tell me it's not even possible for us to leave? How can you be so blase about such a nightmarish prospect? It looks like Holmes and the new director are getting along nicely, Senpai. I'm almost sorry to interrupt them. Good morning, everyone. Daniel and Master Clearlight reporting in our latest status update. Good morning, you two. Have you already had breakfast? Yes, thank you. I had an Italian cuisine ration myself and Senpai had just about. Oh, oh! So you low-level employees are stuck with rations now, is how sad. Come on, man! Man, come on! I had a plate of warm French toast and a tea with extra milk myself. It is of course important to my role as captain. The captain needs a lot of calories to have enough energy to keep the crew together. I swear. Who do you think you are, hogging all the halfway decent non-perishables for yourself? Haha, nothing wrong with that. The quality is of one's diet is pronounced. The effects on one's mental state after all. Those who are unwilling to endure kind discomfort should make every effort to eat well on a daily basis. Besides, a hot cup of tea is a small price to pay if it helps eliminate the greatest source of disorder in our little community. Don't you agree, Mr. Moonier? Hmm. Well, I cannot argue with that, especially with the guys who's less willing to deal with discomfort than anyone is actually managing it. Do you mean me? Not to worry, I still have a store of my own little remedies to fall back on. If the time comes when I need to calm my nerves, it shall do the trick nicely. Why? I can't keep going like this for a month. Oh, never mind how strong your willpower is. You still haven't answered my question, Holmes. You just told me that it isn't that you can refuse to merge, but that we can't emerge. What do you mean by that? And remember, I have appointed you as Chaldea's new administrative advisor. How about you show a little gratitude for your appointment? Now tell me exactly what's going on. I'm not normally particularly concerned with titles, but I must say, being administrative advisor has been a novel experience. To be honest, I'm rather excited by to be exercising my own untapped talents to meet this job demands. How did that end up happening? Does Director Grolov have a devilish or something? Well, 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 he already got Da Vinci serving as his technical advisor, right? He probably just appointed Holmes to administrative stuff because he doesn't have any other managers to help him right now. I can hear you, you know. I can hear you, you know. Now come on, Holmes, out with it. Are we gonna survive or are we? I'm afraid, I'm afraid survive is a broad, is too broad a term for me to provide a satisfactory answer with. A satisfactory answer, but here at least Callahan has been possible so strictly speaking, we cannot emerge, rather we have nowhere to emerge to. At the present moment, we're voyaging across the void, a world existing on the negative vector. To put it another way, in order to return to reality, we need a connection to it, an anchor if you will. Fortunately, anything should be able to serve as an anchor as long as it exists in reality. So as long as someone here has such a connection, we should be able to escape from this void space. However, we are unable to do this time, which means the world itself has been earned by pain. That's ridiculous. What do you mean by pain? That's there. That there's nothing left anywhere? I'm certainly willing to admit that I was terrified to see those meteoroids. I suppose they were falling on Earth while we were in Antarctica. Given their size, the impacts must have been absolutely devastating, and no doubt destruction was many times worse than Tungsten event. Terrible as it may be, there is simply no way that could have could been a catalyst capable of wiping every nation of the face of Earth. And of course, let's not forget the clock tower. Ronnie's clock tower has been around for millennia. If the greatest bastion of magecraft in existence guarded by hundreds of defense mechanisms, there's no possible way it could be destroyed. With all due respect, Gordov, I'm afraid the mages associated in Northern has been destroyed as well. Every single nation, all destroyed, with the exception of those of us here. The entire of humanity has been wiped from existence. Or at least, Krista, so Kristario Woodheim believes. Otherwise, he'll never have made that proclamation. That's impossible! The world could have possibly be destroyed so easily. It couldn't possibly. Right? You all agree, don't you? Why are you looking so glum? Stop that. Daniel. Daniel! You might you might be cheeky little bitch, but I can tell you that your sensibility is much more in line with my own. You go on, then you tell them Holmes is making up all this up or wrong or something. You need to face the facts, boys. Huh? Don't tell me you're serious about this too. Aren't you like me? No, I'm different. It can't be. Then is nothing at all left on Earth? Not even, not even my beloved Hawaii or the Monaco Grand Peaks or the racetrack I dreamed of visiting once a day, the Swiss Circuit. This is just terrible. But then again, this could be our chance to create a brand new organization from Magecraft from scratch. What do you all think? When life gives you lemons, right? And how? And how would we do that when the other rest of humanity has been wiped out? Well, hey, if you want to make an association of one, go nuts, old man. I'm not, I'm not old. I may have an ear or two on you, but I'm not. I'm still dashing specimen in the prime of my youth. All, all that said, we do have one possible exit point. There is something on Earth to which we both have a connection and that has a solid chance of existing. The the Obshchnik, the Black Garb army that attacked Chaldea. We know of them and they know of us. And that makes it almost a complete connection between our two groups. If we were to merge now, we must be likely to do so whenever they currently are. You mean, I see, right into the heart of the enemy's A. That would be certain and be extremely dangerous. Yes, it would. But we can't stay here in the voice forever. The shadow borders of reserves are running low, and we're almost out of food, water, and power. Indeed, but we need to emerge soon no matter what, but I would like to do so at the best possible time. Fortunately, we have the paper moon, a compass capable of measuring standard space and void space simultaneously. We have been using it all this time to look for a comparative safe location whenever we emerge, which to say, which is to say an area devoid of hostiles. Isn't that right, Da Vinci? I take you're done about now. Good morning, everyone. It's me, Da Vinci. Oh God, I have to do that voice. In fact, whenever I'm working, as the computer room is fine, I see everything that happens inside this generator. So don't think, oh yeah. So don't go thinking you can keep it very serious when you hold up and go for you first. Uh, uh, my voice. No, I already got my eye on, I already got my eye on an area crawling with offshore origin. I'm not going to strain my voice. I'm going to talk normally from this point on. But giving different characters voices is going to kill my voice. I'm also gone ahead and plotted a course to emerge there. As luck will have it, we're even nearing a current that should do the trick nicely. If we headed that way now, we could hitch a ride and be carried along the course in about 5 minutes. If we miss this way, we will have to wait 10 days for the next. No, the next one. By that time, the shadow border will be almost complete out of power, so getting it out. Critical submerge. You got it. That's what I like to hear, Daniel. Make sure to stop by and thank me for being so amazing later. Uh, incidentally, according to Paper Moon, this is the wave will bring us back to the standard space approximately 90 days after we left. So that means we'll be emerging around early April in the year 2020. Man, we really lucked out. One wrong move and we could have ended up on the wave that would have taken us 100 years later. Damn. If we emerge into standard space, it'll probably be way too late to do anything. Slow down. Slow down. You mean a few days difference can affect our exit time that much? Is that normal for zero sail travel? If we emerge 100 years later, the music lessons will be no more than a ruin. You can't do that. That's my house. Notice how much quicker he's to grasp stuff when it affects him directly. Try to remember that everything on Earth has already been destroyed. Now then, it seems we faced the decision. The perfect wave on which we can ride into reality is nearly upon us. Are you all prepared to take it? There's no telling what the world will look like when we get there. All we can say is for certain at this point that we will be emerging on the Oprichnik's home turf. We are likely to be attacked at the moment we appear, even so. What are you, some sort of crazy, some adventure crazed nut? What was that, Mr. I don't know, collided with something, and now this left screw has shut down. We found the void space border wall. The collision has damaged our armor. Part of our logic formula is missing. What do you say? The armor has been damaged? Why do you improvised fools use such cheap materials? If I had my fortune, money would have been no object. He must have spent all his money acquiring Chelsea. Hmm. This isn't certainly good. Well, this is certainly isn't good. We cannot we can't maintain the vehicle's balance anymore. Looks like this is it for our maiden zero sail. At least we should okay. At least we should still be able to raise the boat and re-enter standard space. After all that, I think we need to step outside and to make repairs. No, you can't. We just end up surrounded by Archbrunt again. If those are if those are our choices, better to say we're here to the next wave. We will be here soon, then we... No, it won't. If we stay here, we'll end up starving to death. I believe you will find a far more painful end than dying in battle. Grr. You there, Dennis servant, what do you think? Me? Well, I'll go along. Frick. Frick. Frick! I'll go along with whatever master decides. If we end up surrounded by Enfer, we can cross that bridge together and come to it. Ugh. Now you two, you were supposed to be the meek little girl who quietly agrees with authority. Are you all children's crazy adventure crazy nuts? All done talking? All done talking. Then let's go and catch ourselves a wave. I didn't agree to that. Well, let me get my seatbelt on. You are not to get incapacitated under any circumstance. That goes for you too, Dan. As long as you're strapping, you won't suffer any serious injuries. Trust me, I speak from experience. Activating paper moon. Initiation planet navigational chart plus minus convergence. Commencing shadow borders. Docking sequence into reality boundary. Firing existence verification tether into reality space. Optionic anchor point confirmed. Nobody knows, nobody can even guess, so we must be prepared for anything. The only way we'll learn what awaits us we emerge is to see ourselves. Emerging from void space. 30 seconds until arrival into reality space. 0 cells complete. Emerging into reality space. At level 1, Duffy, 857, Permafrost. Section 1, Part 2. Reality space anchor attached. Reality verification complete. Establishing shadow borders existing. 0 cell return successful. I say, I'm alive. I'm alive. My limbs never felt so solid. It's like I gained several kilograms since we were in void space. Attention, all armor plates came loose during re-entry. Further 0 sales currently impossible. Please replenish materials and food supplies, and perform regular repairs and tune-ups on Shadow's border to ensure further future safe travels. I see. It's on wonder to the Shadow borders. Shadow border. Wait. I see. It's a wonder that the Shadow border held up with this well, given the less than ideal circumstances in which we did it. We're back on Earth. We can go outside, fresh air at last. I know. I wonder what's like outside now. We're not bobbing around. We're probably on land. Quit shouting. I know how you feel, but I cannot unlock the door until you settle down. First, we release this boat. Well, now I suppose I ought to expect this. Who wouldn't be curious about the state of the world now, given the circumstances? After all this, it is, after all, our home. We have fought so hard to protect it. The miracle, our return from such a perilous voyage, no doubt, pales in comparison. Indeed, indeed, I would expect nothing less from Sheltia's staff, although I must say it's a tad too dazzling for me to view directly. Everyone is rushing to the cockpit emergency exit. Are you sure you don't want to join them, Senpai? You better believe I'm going to check it right away. Not you too, Daniel. Then what about me? Is it okay? Is it okay if I leave the monitor for little Holmes? I want to see what is out there with my own two eyes. I'm sorry, Mr. Mew Mew but someone has to stay here and keep an eye on them. After all, I too have been wanting to use a bated breath to see what lies on the other side of that door. Oh, is that smells fine? What do I care? I'm just a sad, lonely geek anywhere. Mjolnir always gets the shaft, so why should things change now? The emergency exit is opening. Senpai, we're finally going to have some natural light. Light? Ah, it's too white. It's 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 cold. It's freezing. It's freezing. How cold it is. My coat is frosting over. Quick, close the door. Yes. Phew, I thought I was done for, but that snowfield we saw for a brief moment. It's Da Vinci Lily. It's sad what happened to the other Da Vinci, but it's Da Vinci Lily. Man, that was a close one. Good thing I cranked up the heat. Is everyone okay? You should know better than to just open the door the moment we stop in some strange part of the world. I trust you all learned the lesson, yes? Now we're going outside after a zero sail until we finish checking the conditions around the anchor point. Failing to follow the protocol could be hazardous to your health. Now are you all ready to hear my report? Yes, I'm terribly sorry for acting carelessly. So what's going on with the blizzard? It's a perfectly ordinary blizzard, just like the ones we're Well, according to by this point, there's no atmospheric pollution, and no hostiles in the area. Presently, the shadow border is a smack dab in the middle of the blizzard. The odd bit is that it's 100 degrees below zero out there. So if you plan to go outside and want to live more than a couple of minutes, you should need some serious cold protection. And if that wasn't not enough, take a look at this footage. It's I don't see anything. I see only blizzard. What is this? What is this? Is this an aurora and a storm? It looks like a massive supercell. Ugh, ugh. I was supposed to figure out the scale here with no frame or reference. It does look like a rather big, but oh, it's big, alright. Ready to have your minds blown? This storm is literally endless, endless storm. It covers every inch of Russia, like a wall around the entire world. The aurora blocks all kinds of electromagnetic waves, so it's completely impossible to break through. I could tell you some of you want to write it off as just a storm, but you really shouldn't. This storm can tear steel apart, levels, level entire cities, even destroy the world as we know. No wonder people call, no wonder people thought it as as a god during an age of gods. Remember, stars are the single most powerful source of naturally produced energy of the planet. And one of this massive is bound to be raging around with all the energy of the nuclear bomb. It stretches as far as the eye can see. Humanity has yet invent anything in a way of vehicle capacity capable of breaking through a storm like this. Nothing, nothing can get through. Nothing could get through this storm. No weapon, no vehicle, nothing. It means that even once we get Shadow Border up and running, we won't be able to leave this place. In short, we're trapped in a world about which we know nothing. Now, Gordov, at least we're no longer in immediate danger. For that matter, the Zero Sail was incredibly dangerous in its own right, since it inverted our very existence into the negative zone. I believe it will benefit our chances of surviving tremendously if we were to regroup here. Well, it is certainly an emergency, and I do need to regroup. Da Vinci, does the shadow border possess the ability to camouflage itself? Of course it does. The vessel is designed to handle the void. The void has tons of features. In fact, as optical and conceptual camouflages, it messes with all the observer's perception and senses. Then, for the moment, we needn't worry about the danger finding us from the outside. That, of course, does not account for the possible problems from the inside. Girl, why do we have one blanket per person, and why are you being so stingy with the heat? Don't you realize it's getting colder in here by the minute? Do you want us to freeze to death? What other choice do we have, Gordo? We have to save all the power we can right now. Deal with it. Besides, that things are going now, we should probably starve to death before we freeze to death, since I don't see us finding more food in this mess. Oh, so you can tell how resilient I am, eh? Hehe. Flattery will get you nowhere, young man. Still, I commend you your keen eye indeed. I am Mosquito the Phoenix. It will take me more than a little hunger to bring me down. I'm possessed by indomitable fighting spirit, and overwhelming bravery and tenacity for days. With such qualities at my command, I have no doubt that I will survive the longest anyone here. I believe I believe Senpai was alluding to your excess energy reserves. Indeed, food is one several problem we face. But let us take the stock of our current situation. We got a reading on the temperature is exactly what technical advisor Da Vinci said it was. 100 degrees below zero, so negative 100. No human can survive in this. As for our position, it looks like somewhere in Russia. Russian down, so Horn's right. We literally falling right into Auschwitz labs. But hang on, how is that possible? I know we were adrift at some times. How could we reach Russia from Antarctica? We had to sail halfway across the world for that to happen. Did void space make that possible? More or less. In void space, real world distances have no meaning. Okay, give me a second. Instead, the distance we travel corresponds exactly to the time it takes to calculate coordinates and verify our existence. Now, take a look at the paper moon. That's a two-dimensional world map. I can even see several locations that seem to be layered differently than the rest of the map. So they are. I didn't notice at first sight that thing loops around itself, but you're right. It reminds me of the seven singularities that caused the incineration of humanity, though of course the current circumstances differ substantially. The seven singularities existed at different points in time, a vertical axis, but at this time the seven abnormal regions exist simultaneously. In Russia, where we are now, is such a region. It's too early to tell. Given what Krishna said during his transmissions, I believe these regions are not the past, but gah, so cold. But I finished looking over the shadow border. Nice work, you must be freezing, even in just a few short minutes you were out there. So how is my baby holding up? Well, frankly, it won't be possible to make repairs. For starters, We don't have a logic formula to let us withstand void space, nor do we have armor plating we will need to carve the formula into. And well, the engine's not into great shape after we overtaxed it. We need at least a little time to get it back up and running. But it is so cold, but at least it's not as bad now. It should warm up one once a little once. It should warm up a little once it gets midday. As long as we just avoid working at night, we should be able to get by with just our snowsuits. Glad to hear that. Glad to hear it. Make sure to grab a lot of hot shower before you catch a cold or anything. This is the one time you get to rest up as much as you want. In fact, would you prefer a hot bath? Nothing a hot towel will do. We really need to conserve electricity now, after all. Good. Let us take one problem at a time. The moment our present concern is singularity-esque location. I trust our new director has no issue with us investigating this land and correcting the problem. New director, not at all. As a devoted magecraft practitioner myself, I cannot turn a blind eye to this matter. If there's a singularity to be corrected, we must do simply as a matter of course. Furthermore, the shadow border's armor is damaged and we're unable to move from our current location, in which case we must venture out and find someone with whom we can barter or negotiate and arrange for a suitable replacement for our missing armor plate and fix the singularity with they are at. I see you're quite eager to help, Mr. Dan, perhaps even reckless so, but for the moment I'll spare you the lecture. You might not have any servants capable of aiding you in battle, but you're still a master. Furthermore, you are far away from the most experienced fighter. You are far and away the most experienced fighter out of anyone here. At this point, you're the only one who can investigate this area. It will be extremely dangerous as an administrative supervisor. I must ask you of this. I must ask this of you. Then will you be escorting Senpai as his bodyguard homes? Naturally, I will do the best of my ability. Field work is, of course, one of my many specialties. Regarding your mystic code, we won't do Mr. Homes your own precious fires. As one of the servants capable of handling the situation, I forbid you from leaving this vehicle. This armor cart is the last bastion of humanity, so there must be a combatant ready servant here to defend it. So you are to stay here and do exactly that, Holmes. Understand? This is a direct order from your commander. Oh, if it's just serving you, there's another one right here, you know. Or you forget about me and my genius. You're not real, so you're just imitation who lost any combat ability. I mean, that's kind of true. Holmes is the only real fighter we have, and we can't afford to send him out into dangerous areas we still know nothing about. Yeah, during our investigation, you immediately refused cooperation with us, correct? Each and every time we asked of you if a certain report was all met, it said you that and insisted that you this is a word insisted that you lot never actually saved the world. You said all you said was Chaldear fulfill its mission admirably. Ain't that bad for a youngster like yourself? Indeed, I commend your attitude. With such a proven problem no whatsoever by plan, you're proving what you demonstrated by repairing the past singularities. What sort of director would I be if I didn't trust a proven master? A poor excuse for one, that's one. And so I am placing my implicit trust in you. So listen up, you're going to expedition alone. The rest of us relay instructions from upper expedition alone. The rest of belong. What? You cannot make Senpai handle this alone. Don't make the. Does this mean you're withdrawing your testimony to provide your inquiry board? Where you claim is where you claim that Chaldea had not been setting merely twirling his thumbs for the last year. No more than lies. Indeed, Mr. Daniel and new director are correct. The shadow borders restriction will mean an end of humanity itself. It's indeed important that we must investigate this area, but we must concentrate the bulk of our efforts on keeping the shadow border and the paper moon safe. Therefore, I will remain guard of the shadow border and do whatever I can aid the expedition from here. All that said, the fact remains that it will also be reckless to send Mr. Daniel out on his own. It's 100 degrees below zero, and there's no telling what else might be lying out in wait. I know that. I know that. I won't sit him without buddy. Let's see, one of you call me old man saute picada. It's a cooking method that uses butter and lemon juice. That's it, Munir. Mm, butter. Oh, ¿cómo se dice? ¿Cómo se dice? Meon, Maunir. Meonir. Meonir. Your organism in order and you'll be join Daniel expeditions. My voice is going to die! Any water? Oh shit, I had to almost go and pick up my sister. Gah, I knew it. Why me? You're an operator. Your job is to man the controls and keep eye on the monitors. Now that the border's parked, this is simply the best way you make yourself useful. Besides, if worse comes to worst, I know someone who can fulfill and as the driver. Hehehe. I mean, you're not wrong, but then I guess I got no choice. Wait, I'll go, senpai. I believe that would be the best possible option. If you think I even have fewer ways to be useful here than Mr. Mjolnir does. Mjolnir does. Also, I can fight for brief periods, just like I did at Chaldea. I'm afraid that's a course of action I cannot support. What about you, Da Vinci? I hate to say it, but I do think Daniel will need a compelling match as an old hand when it comes to investigating unexplored areas by now. As long as she agrees to not engage in combat as a servant unless absolutely necessary and to focus solely on providing support. She's the best partner for Daniel could ask, but it's not my place to try to stop her. Yes, senpai. Okay. Of course, master. I'll be happy to accompany you on this expedition. Good, good. Fortunately, I expected something like this might happen one day. I suppose this is a good time to show you the mystic code I made for exploring polar regions. Here you go, Dan. And smash here's the suit I made just for you. Uh, Give me a second. Whatever you do, do not throw your lives away. Understand? If you must die, make sure that you find a valuable lead before you do so. Seriously, you really need to work on your goodbyes. What was wrong with that? I thought it was quite encouraging speech. Why, you are serious. You're noble through and through, aren't you? I'm amazed you managed to survive this long without dying in solitude. Did you luck? Did you just lucked out and get a really good mate or something? I have you know I had never experienced solitude once in my life. My tutor, Julie the Fourth, was so strict she would barely leave me alone. Grr, what an impotent little familiar. If only, I don't know what it said. Formation restricted. Only only mash control. Yes. Should I do it now? Snowflake baseline or P baseline. There we go. I cannot her to wear a snowsuit over your Arctic Mystic Code. And that's going to do much. good when it's freaking 100 degrees below out there. Listen, I know what Gorda said, but make sure you don't go take any unnecessary risks. Just take it easy and focus on staying alive first and foremost. I've wasted if I died. Right. Right. There's all sorts of fun things out there you just wait for you to experience. I know you have potential, Daniel. Once this is all taken care of, you'll have to come check out Valentine's sometime. You haven't lived until you've seen France, you know. Well, we have been to the first singularity. Oh, fuck it. Give me a second. Okay. Once this is taken, okay. Oh, and mash. I want. I don't want you overdoing it either. You got it. Uh, and I know what you really helped us out back in Chaldea, but the fact is you got serious limits as a dancer. So if you encounter any hostiles, you just have to focus on keeping your distance. Or more so if Daniel isn't enticed or whatever it takes, you better make it so we get back alive here. I had to level her up. I have level 70 or 80, I forgot. Level 70. We will, thank you, man. I'll take this. What's that? This is. This is what exactly? Listen, now we're going to investigate the surrounding area first. Once we find something of interest, we'll let you know and tell you where to go. If you can manage to secure a ley line, you should be able to summon servants again. As for power, you just have to make do somehow. Maybe take advantage of a natural phenomenon. Natural phenomenon? I bet Da Vinci and Holmes figure something out. You're the one that took care of the singularities. I don't have to tell you what an accomplishment that is. You met at least one or two servants who are crazy enough to answer a summon no matter the circumstance. As long as you can get the bare minimum of energy into the spirit origin graph, you ought to be able to summon at least one servant. You probably won't be able to really. You probably won't be able to get a really strong one through our magical energy supply doesn't hold a candle to Chaldea's. But even so, any hero spirit you can get to help will be a godsend at this point. So do what you gotta to make that happen. Honestly, I have no idea what's coming. The doctor's gone, and also more than half our staff. I never thought things could get even worse than they were back in Orleans. But here we are, just back then. You were only hope. Dang, good luck. Dang, good luck. On the weekend, and I'm not asking much. Try to find some fish. Do that. I'll treat you to some of the best home cooking you ever had. Dirty. Okay. Oh, this looks cute. Looks cute. I'm all set to master. Let's go. Testing, testing. Hello, can you guys hear me? You can. Hey, looks like we're not sure. Which we get in the storm clearing zone. Now then, first order business. You will be forward thinking. Start by heading north and turn east. If you have, if you still haven't found all the dust, don't come back to the road shop. You don't have much to do right now. But here, all itself, I've been famous for seeing such a strong impact. That's just the ship. Oh, unclear. Part of it was really was. I can cast a simple charm spell between of a more ordinary person that will run into. That sounds like a. Maybe we should only use that as a last resort, director. Charm spells do work quickly, but their effects also will ramp off rapidly as well. There could, there will be no way of knowing when our onward letting collaborator might return their senses. As such, I believe it would be both safer and wiser for you to employ your natural charms here. So we encounter any locals, I believe the best thing to do will be for Mr. Dan to initiate the negotiation. Both parties have reached understandings, and we can have them both come to the border. I see. Natural charisma will be so. Very well, we shall use your plan then. Da Vinci, is there any primary to be found in the card? I need to make sure that my hair is naturally perfect for the cruising. First impressions are everything after all. Sure, I can whip up something that will do true. Damn, Holmes, you play him like a fiddle. Well, I am the world's greatest detective. Besides, I wasn't being entirely untruthful. Girls of the type of a certain dignity the sort that comes from being raised in a distinguished noble family. And that's something that Mr. Daniel can and should do well. Okay, Master, let's start heading north. This blizzard really does go as far as I can see. And it seems the temperature has dropped even lower since we left. Holy cold, eh? You're amazing. You have an amazing mystic cold thing for that. The temperatures you experience right now can freeze hot water or a china, but they're not high enough to use as a hammer. Oh, that's enough. Heading north. Now, should now try and go east. Understood. Okay, now we'll go head east. Let's take a look at it. All I can see is snow, man. It doesn't look like the bands of valleys and city valleys. What could that be? A skyscraper? A tower? Maybe it's a tree? Oh. What was that noise? Da Vinci? Yep, I'm detecting a hostile from here. Looks like a low-rank phantasmal, maybe a demonic beast. Just one of them. Let's heading your way from the east. And it's to be spoiling for a fight. let's get out of here. What was that roar? I'm picking up new hustles that feel 12 and 9 o'clock. China. Gather 6 more. The cry is just my single outlet. It's nothing outlet that keep coming, so they are not surrounded prey. These creatures of what appear to understand how to hunt. Which means it's an established it's in this virtual world. But that's a matter for later. Mr. Da Vinci, I'm sorry to ask you to break the rules right off the bat. Miss Croyle, I trust you to do. Make sure to your way through the demonic beast to yourself and return to your lands. We will. What's going to happen if we leave a huge beast here? Remove the Shadow Boy is the last bits down of humanity. At any rate, I found the weakest link in the formation and tried to break through. Oh no, they just don't. Oh, Jesus Christ. This seems very difficult. Are you guys nuts? What are you thinking? Running right into the middle of the Creech's pack. Huh? I'm guessing you guys come for the capital. Looking for something to eat, but got nothing to more having. more luck here in beans. Yeah, what the? Okay. God, you guys. How are you guys? Very can assist me. Wait a second. Are you guys mages? Then come on, follow me. Push cut, check. Electronic safety stick. Just have to die a huge and demonic beast like that. It was like nothing. Okay, come on, move him. Let's go along with him, but I think that we will. Damn, the creature are restless, so they will go do to them to get so worked up. Don't know. Come on, keep moving. Otherwise, the creature chat will have you for dinner. Unless their noise attracts a diarrhea first. I'm sorry, what's a diarrhea charm? A giant person with municipal health section local in Ontario will use and do you guys know anything? Nah, man, we've been out for like 90 days. Okay, we're here. Then the Archburnic are on patrol. They collect my kill us taxes. Listen up, don't let any other Yaga see you. They always look for more sacrifices for the Oprichnik. Oprichnik? Yes, I see. The Oprichnik are after you guys. They're coming from any community of Oprichnik is a friend of mine. I think I can help you out. If you have some your cooldown has less price than I thought. Well, whatever. Let's just take nice and easily. It's Patixi, Pataxi, Patsy. Try to stay out of sight. How do you smell that weird scent to me? It's coming from dumpster. It's coming from this demonic beast, obviously. Dumping. No leisure for the poor. Are you sure you're gonna make it through the winter like that? Guess you're not worried about yourself, huh? No. I got plenty stored away. If you ever find yourself low food, well, some cheap. But you'll tell me the best hunting grounds are. Think about it. See you around. Hey, little friends. There won't be a rebel army if they. Cause if they are, you know I gotta report them to Operation SARS decree now. If the guys turn out to be the rebel army, I'm sorry, you and I are the best of friends. I'm gonna cut them off. We're not friends. We barely know each other. Sure about that? Been having a good long talk with him. You can you feel everyone watching us? Then, alright, let's hurry up my house before anyone comes sniffing around. Good, the operation Still don't know where you are. Don't know you're here. Don't need your things. Just give me something in conversation. It's all about bargaining, right? Something, huh? For sure there's some. Since you realize there's two emotions, I assume you primarily possess deep knowledge for magecraft. But your judgment from your response appears to be kind. We have heard of magecraft, am I correct? Also, it's actually not real. I assure you it is. I'm speaking to you in person, albeit from a great distance. Now, as I was saying, if we possess any information that may be useful to you, we're happy to provide it. Don't suppose you know any good hunting grounds, do you? I mean, if the location of the Krishna's nest would suffice, then yes, we have found a number of them. Krishna, yes, huh? Nice. Those things are pushovers. Pushovers, those? Well, yeah, you can actually kill them as long as you shoot them in the head hard enough, or way better than the mono beasts who just won't die. Well, then, I'm prepared to share the locations. First, I would appreciate you telling us everything you know about this place. My name, huh? Then say if you're calling your name, you'll be cursed. Excuse me, but what do these call them? I could tell you mean else, but beyond that, it means mage. I never seen one myself, but there's a whole bunch of them in the Imperial family, right? Then again, Codon or not, you don't seem much of a threat. I doubt you could curse anyone if you tried. True enough, Bunko. Alright, the name is Patsy. Patsy. Patsy? Now who are you, Mashkai? I'm not going to speak because I'm going to break my own voice. Here you are. Silence. It's it's the man poo man. No, this man. Kirei. How long is this? How I have like less than 20 minutes left. Jesus Christ, how long is this? Are we done? Good. Jesus. Part 1 is done. Cube. Something else. That was a cube. Not starting this yet. Anyways, that is it for now. That's that's for today. Let me see. Anyways, that's it for now. Oh, goodness gracious. Section 2 will begin tomorrow. Until next time, goodbye.